A Hulk with means of despair. A man trying to fight everything he can not to become a monster. And a monster in itself trying to fight itself into the world we live in. Welcome to Logan's Story. Today's Marvel commentary relies on Incredible Hulk. Thank you for coming. Let's get into it. Stop. Wow. That's a big green hand. Reminds me of something. So, the world's calling for a hero, but none so rather than something, green and abominable. And because of that, that seemingly grasp of getting angry, the thing that makes you the most at ease, lies within the out of controlness of a big green monster. By force of gamma radiation from his father, there seems to be something very, very saddening about turning into this green monster. But something uplifting too, when you think about the circumstances of the Hulk. He can't control himself in terms of getting angry and staying angry and destroying everything. But the thing is, when you think about this clearly, it's not necessarily his anger that produces the monster. It's an open heart rate, something that rises up the pressure on the body that makes the monster so terrifying. It's the loss of control with yourself and the loss of control with the monster. So, why does it seem like the monster ends up being a saving grace for the man? Well, if you haven't heard from, Tony Stark.
Hey, I read all about your accident. That much gamma exposure should have killed you.
That's right, it should have killed him. That much gamma radiation should have killed him. So the counterline to Dr. Banner is,
So you're saying that the Hulk, the other guy, saved my life?
see, the thing is, when it comes down to two factors, one, the monster may not be all what's cracked up to be, and it may not be even scary. It could be somewhat helpful. Two, it's shown through the movie of the marksman of maturity when it comes to the green monster. Now, the Hulk is a saving grace for everyone, because now the strongest Avenger could become the one that has the most maintained mentality. What does that mean? Well, the monster doesn't just come through the body, it comes for the brain. The way someone thinks, the pressure that goes on the brain, weighting it down to the limit of, a heaving brick. And because of that, that monster now is considered scary. And the movie shows that. The Incredible Hulk, the first one, shows it. Well, the first one, there hasn't been any other ones, but the point is, the thing that holds everything together is the Hulk himself. And Banner. The being able to control who he is, being able to control the monster. It's hard, but he's able to do it. But here's the thing, in this movie, when he faces off Abomination, it's more so than a win for the Hulk to see a villain, a true villain as opposition. And it makes the Hulk seem more like a hero, because he has something to fight for. He's not just someone who wrecks cities and wrecks towns, he goes to what threatens him. That's exactly what the gamma radiation does with the human feeling. Now, that being said, what are the next crannies of this movie? What can we talk about in terms of a commentary on this movie and dive down deep into what it could possibly mean in a worldview sense? Well, let's go into detail. Okay, so the thing is, when it comes down to the Hulk, it's a story about a man who's at wits with controlling the monster in him. And that leads to a great sense of, terror and every single thing that you seem to be. But the thing is, the monster in him is not what's holding him back. It's himself. It's Bruce Banner's idea of himself being the monster, when he could instead be so much more. And the thing is, when he turns the monster, he becomes so much more, and limits itself to the idea of destroying military personnel and other such things. And that being as it says, what could calm down the monster? What could calm down such a beast that's so big and so vast that no one really wants to touch him anymore? Because they know what the consequences are of, making him angry, rising his blood pressure, making his nervous system crack. And that in itself could be hard to really grasp. But the thing is, and the thing to take away from this is the beauty of what it can mean to be in the situation that you are in as such a monster as this. And what you can take away from it is this, in terms of the movie being in itself and its nooks and crannies. There's a beauty inside of being a monster. There's always something to stop the temper tantrums. There's always a science that goes against the evil science that we know now today, in comparison to the Marvel movie. And that being said, what could be more improbable than the Hulk being inside of everyone's hearts and everyone's soul? If gamma radiation was a part of your life, what would happen? Would you die or turn into a monster? So the thing is, when you look down deep inside and you see this monster for who he truthfully is, it's none other than a man trying to figure himself out, a man worth figuring himself out. But what does that have to do with you and I? What does that have to do with you and I? Well, okay, so at the end of the day, there's one thing and one thing only that holds together you, yourself, and yourself. Whether it's taking a test, driving, or trying to get over something hard and unfashionable, you have to remain self-control. You have to remain in your self-control motive. Because even though the monster could be used for good things, its overall demeanor is used for bad. So try to maintain control whenever you have something hot on the line and you don't know how to control it. Make sure you are in control of your own life. Make sure that you love your life. Make sure that you don't have a monster crawling in you. But at the end of the day, make sure you are you and nothing else. And don't let go of your own thoughts. Don't let go of your own heart. Don't let go of your own body. Don't suffice to something that's not you. Keep you, and try to remain self-controlled through it. Thank you for my application. Let's continue forward. Thank you for watching the story, and thank you for coming to this Marvel Cinematic Commentary. There are more commentaries in the future, so keep an eye out for those. Also, the mission is 1,000 subscribers. You guys know how we get there by hitting the share, like, and subscribe button right on the screen. Also, by hitting that bell. Thank you again, and peace.